Kay, and I am back with another Follow a Sketch February. I am also back with Thumbnail Thursday, which means that I will be shrinking the sketch into a pocket page. How fun is that? Actually, here's the sketch, and I kind of wanted to show you guys that I'm actually going to break this sketch up into 3 sections. So this little section here, I'm going to put in a pocket, and then this center section here I will put in a pocket, and then this one here I'm actually going to put in 2 pockets because they're almost like half pockets. I'll explain that in a minute, or I'll just show you guys. How's that? So basically what I did was I went through and tried to find all of the like labels and whatnot. So I just picked out some random ones. Not all of these are going to go on the layout, but I wanted options so I don't have to get off my bum and go get anything else. So I have lots and lots of labels and tags and things like that as options. Just wanted to keep them. I also picked out a ton of round objects as well. So I've got lots and lots of roundness going on. These are to represent the crosshatch that is here in the sketch. Okay, so I got those out, and then I picked some like icons that match what's in my photos because we're doing another aquarium. I know the pictures aren't the best because they are uber old, but I do have, well, if you guys couldn't tell, I was doing something watery with those ones in the back. And then of course I have more icons that represent that we're at an aquarium or ocean or something. This is going to be the title. And I only picked it because it was part of this piece that I tore out, and then I've got a couple other embellishments. They're kind of like balsa wood from 49 and Market. That's what those are. But they're very, very lightweight and flexible. So that's what tells me that they're not really wood veneer, but they kind of act like they are. All right. And then I picked out some random stickers from a Vicki Boutin sticker collection. I think that it was like 2 sticker collections, but I don't know. I keep them all the sheets separate all by themselves without actually like paying attention to what collection they belong to. I just know they're Vicki Boutin. And then this one was a cut off from a Close to My Heart kit that I had. So yeah, this one was just, I used the rest of it but didn't use that part. All right, then I have my 1 sheet of paper because that's all it's going to take to cut up for my 2 pockets that I'm working with. So I'm actually going to work with 2 different style pages. Now, they do go in my album like this, and then that way I've got a 12 by 12 here, then I've got this small one, then I've got this big one, and then I have another small one. Now, this one is a Becky Higgins Design D, and I chopped it off. Okay? I made it work for me. So I didn't have 2 more photos, which I guess I could have made these ones work, but I like having like, here's all my mantas, okay? So I have 2 photos of those. Here's the little turtle that we had lunch with. I have 2 photos of those. Here's all my jellies, okay? I don't want to add 2 photos just because I have 2 pockets. I'm gonna chop it off and make the pocket pages work for me. This is that This is that half pocket that I was telling you guys about. And then here are a little bit more exotic. I've got all my puffer fish up in the upper section, and then my seahorses and crustaceans down at the bottom section. So to me, this makes more sense having them at the top and at the bottom than trying to just fill in all the gaps. Okay, so Becky Higgins Design D is this one, and then this one is also a Project Life, but it was back in the day when Stampin' Up! Used to do Project Life, and so this one is Design 2 for Stampin' Up!, okay, and then they had the 6x8s, and I love it because the holes, I don't have to adapt the holes like I normally do on the 6x8s. The holes are perfect spaced for my for my 3-ring binder. So I didn't have to adapt this like I normally do with the washi tape. All right, so I am going to get started. I was smart this time. I actually already brought in my spray, and I brought in my spray box and my tweezers, so I don't have to leave my desk for anything, hopefully. Maybe I will. But the spray I'm using is a sparkle spray by Nuvo, and it is called Morning Fog, and it is very, very sparkly, you guys. This is like liquid glitter. It is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, so stop talking, get to creating. I'm going to probably, you guys have seen me cut these down multiple times and cut these down multiple times. So I'm probably going to go ahead and get all of that done and taken care of, and then that way I can just go ahead and create. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray every single one of these. I've got 5 items, okay? I'm going to spray all of these with this spray. I'm not even going to bother, you know, trying to figure out different colors or anything like that. I'm going to spray them all the same so they look metallic, and then I will probably grab my dots and put gems right here to make it look like they're bolts, and then the same thing with this one as well, because it's got 2 little spots that look like it's hinged as well. So depending on how thick these are, because I don't like a whole lot of bulk in my pocket pages, but we will see. It will be a last thing that I do, but I'll leave those right here so that way they aren't too far away, because you know, if I set it off to the side, it ends up getting forgotten. All right, off to spray, off to cut, and then I will be right back. All right, so I'm going to take out these pockets and then just work on one little card at a time instead of a whole sheet, just because of the fact that I'm only doing a pocket here and a pocket there, and so it won't be like I'm filling in the dead space like I normally do. My pieces that I sprayed weren't quite dry enough, especially this like portal one right here. It was definitely, I oversprayed it, but I kind of wanted it to be a different color than the 2, like, I don't know, netty looking things. I just wanted it to be a little bit different. So I decided that I was going to try to rub off some of that color since it was quite wet. It didn't work, but yeah, the thought was there. So now I'm just trying to decide where I want the netting on my little card I have here. Now this is just a 3x3 card in case you were curious. And I am just using little dots of liquid glue. It doesn't need a whole lot. Like I said, this stuff is very thin and very lightweight, so it doesn't take an army to hold it down. I'm trying not to rub because the until the sparkle is entirely dry, it'll still come off, and I did not want glitter all over this project. So I am going to take this little turtle image and put it in the center of my little portal. I think that's so cute. I really didn't like the words turtley dude, so I just basically covered those up with the portal and just left the images that I wanted, and it is covering up some of the holes, and I didn't really like that, so I'm going to cut those away and just have the turtle image, and then none of the holes will be like covered up. And I did have to do pop dots on 2 of the sides where there wasn't any of the netting. And then I'm just going to take a few seconds to hold it down, so then that way I know that the 2 pieces are secured to each other and not just the pop-ups are what is what is holding it up. So here's a little close-up just in case. And then I'm going to work on the other card. Now the other card is not directly behind the turtle one. So that way, if I do go a little bit two-dimensional, which I tend to do, because I just don't want to think about it. But then this way, they're kind of offset from each other instead of right on top of each other and then over expanding the pocket and then constantly trying to pop out of the pocket. So I'm just deciding which little label that I want. Now I'm working on the center section of the layout, or the sketch, I should say. And there is a bracket type frame, and then the title, and then it looks like, oh, what is that called? Notebook, a notebook edge that's sewn in. And so I thought, oh, how do I get all of that in one spot? So I went with the label that actually it's like a journaling spot that actually looks like the sketch. I did like it the most, but I liked the plain Jane border around it the most is what I liked. And then I found this sticker from Vicki Boutin's sticker book. I don't know which one. I think it's the Wander collection, but I'm not really sure. And it worked out perfect to replace what was supposed to be the notebook edge. And now I'm just gluing my title. And then I do take a few minutes to, because it's plain Jane. Do I need anything else? I don't know. So I do take a few seconds to realize, no, I'm good. I think this works. I really like that faux stitching on the Vicki Boutin sticker. So it works. So there is the card. Almost done, you guys. This is going by so super fast. But I'm also not, like I said, I'm not doing anything on the dead spaces. I'm only filling in the blanks where I had the card base. So now I am going to be working on the very right section of this layout. And I do kind of go rogue, but I'm flipping it. I'm making it go upside down. So my circle piece is on the left instead of the right. And then my label or tab, I guess I should say, is going to be at the top of my little card instead of at the bottom. Because if it was at the bottom, then it would have hung down from the, or on the picture. And so basically, if I was to flip this card upside down, then it would look like the sketch. Kind of, sort of. Maybe not really. I don't know. But I do like how this looks. I do go back to this card a little later because I wanted to make sure that I had enough pieces for all of, like right here. I really love these longer stickers, and I'm feeling like this card kind of needs it, especially that one right there. So I will come back to this card. I just wanted to make sure that I had enough pieces for all of the little areas I'm trying to fill in. All right, so here is another one. Now this one I'm again using a bracket and then a little circle bit. So I'm basically doing the right hand side of the layout twice because I figured I had half of a pocket to do on both sides, then it'll get both treatments. Yeah, easy peasy, right? So I'm going to take this portal and put in these fish that are already in a portal. And I absolutely love the dimension that this tiny little piece from 49 and Market actually adds to this little die cut. I mean, it was absolutely perfect. So, and it fit in there perfect. It was like it was meant to be. I loved it. I squealed when I did that. So just adhered that in because I was like, I'm committing. This is awesome. I really like it. And so now I'm just taking this Prima die that I had, or die cut that I had, and trimming it down. That white that they put on there is just obnoxiously large. And so I've had to do this on every single one of my Prima die cuts that I've ever owned. So anyways, if it's not too thick, it's got a huge border on it. So anyways, I am just looking for something else that I can add to this. I have taken some vellum seaweed and just popped it out to kind of try to give a light and airy feeling. And I do really like it, but I wanted to add one more label because there's a sticker that I want to add. It's a Vicki Boutin sticker. It's a word sticker, I should say. And I want to add it, but it kind of blended in too much to the background. And so now this label sticker really pulls it up. So there it is. That is it. Those are my 4 cards. I am going to go back to that smaller one because I wasn't sure where I was going to use this little like arrow-ish type sticker. And so at first I was like, oh, I don't want to cover up all the brown because that's the whole point of having the brown. So that way I had, brown in 2 different spots. So I wanted to move that down just a hair, and that's it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am so glad to finally get that goofy little jellyfish on a layout as well. And here it is all in its pockets. And yeah, I am so stoked that I'm getting all of these pocket pages done. I don't know about you guys, but I just, my albums aren't completed until these are all done. So, and I thought that I had already done a close-up of the 6x8 page, so I did not do another one, but apparently I did not. I'm so sorry about that. So here are some close-ups of the pockets. I did take them out because my photos were glossy, and then you added the glossy, I added the glossy of the pockets themselves, and it just was impossible for me to try and get good pictures. In fact, I still got terrible pictures. So that is it. I hope you take a look at the Facebook group that is hanging out with. It's Scrapping Reflections, and see what everyone else is doing with this sketch. I will check you guys tomorrow. Bye.